What's going on, everybody? Explicit here, and we are back on MLB The Show 23, and we're going to go over a method to get tons of stub, tons of XP, equipment, whatever you want with your rewards, but it's a great method. It's similar to last year with Road to the Show. So some people, you might know exactly what I'm talking about, and maybe this video just isn't for you, but others, if you have not seen this method, stay tuned. I mean, it's gonna be great, and if you are excited about a good method to get these stubs, it'd mean the world if you hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be creating a Road to the Show player, but you're going to be using a custom roster. And if you are current gen, I'm not calling it next gen because this has been out for way too long. If you are current gen, then you can also download a stadium. So basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go up to, first thing would be create. You're going to want to go vaults. You are going to want to go over to roster, just tab once. And actually, it is kind of up here already. So shout out, this is not my idea. I want to make sure and give credit where credit is due. The person that I saw post this was American Blood MLB 23. I'll link his YouTube channel in my description because, again, I think it's important to make sure and give credit where it is due. And I did not discover this method. Obviously, it was out last year as well, but this is the roster that I'm using. He uploaded it. But basically, if you search this American Blood RTTS grind, you can actually just search American. But where this one says like bracket rocked for his username, look for American Blood. He's Xbox American Blood. I would download that one. He's the guy who uploaded it. I mean, I'm not saying these ones might not work, but all I can say is I downloaded American Blood's actual roster, so that's one that I'm gonna say works. Next would be if you do have the ability to do Stadium Creator, you're gonna want to also go into Stadium Creator. You can see I have blank canvas here. You're going to want to just search for this blank canvas. You want to look for 5279 elevation and low fences like that. So find a stadium like that, blank canvas with that elevation, download it, and then you're going to want to create a new Road to the Show. And when you do create that, when it asks if you want to use current rosters or load rosters, that is when you are going to load in that American Blood roster. I'm not going to do it because I have one. I kind of just started a little bit ago. Obviously, I'm only 65. So next is if you do have the ability to do stadium assignment, you would go into here and you're going to want to change the double A stadium to that blank canvas. One thing to keep in mind, though, is I changed every single one's American and National League to blank canvas, and it glitched out my game. It kind of froze me. I had to go back in, and it wasn't saved. So it took a little bit of time to do that for it not to save. So what I did the second go round is I actually just kind of look to see who I'm playing. So when I'm at a team, I go find that team and I change it to blank canvas. When I'm home, obviously you change your home one to blank canvas, and you have to change that once. But then again, so Tennessee, I went and found Tennessee, changed there to blank canvas. Obviously I'm home for this RCT. So that is just one thing to keep in mind. I think we'll see here. So I'm home again. So not a big deal. And then I've already changed Mississippi. So unfortunately I just can't really show you guys. But then your next step is you are just going to, you're going to go play the game. But basically, what it's going to give you is this skill set. So it's going to be a super, super quick way to progress to the skill set. You're only worried about the hitting. Do not worry about putouts. Do not worry about assists. Do not worry about stolen bases. I actually changed my settings in Road to the Show. You want to make sure that like quick play or something like that is on. Or I should look it up. I'll show you guys when we're done here. But I'll go over the settings that I have. But basically, I don't play any any base running appearances. I don't do any outfielding appearances because we're just worried about plate appearances, hits, extra base hits. That's all we're concerned about. This one you can only get once, so that'll be super easy. But this extra base hits, the 12 hits, the plate appearances, that's what we're after. We're not worried about anything else. And basically, it's just going to be progressing you through these paths. So this is just the silver, and then boom, you get a gold. And so I bet you this XP goes up to 1,000. 1,000, 1,000. And it's gonna give you just really, really quick way to move up and get these perks, get these packs. Obviously, when you're in the silver path, it's not that great. Bronze, not that great. But once you get to the gold path, then you can start making some stubs, selling that stuff. Especially diamond. If you get like some of those diamond cleats, some of those diamond like arm, the sleeves, the pads, the guards, things like that. The ones where, especially the one where there's only one diamond, that stuff's worth some serious stubs. And personally, I sell. I mean, some people want to build up their person, but with this method anyways, you don't need to have a ton of stats. I'm cranking absolute bombs after bombs after bombs, and I'm a 65. I have like terrible power. I mean, and I'm just cranking bombs because you're in that stadium. You're playing terrible, terrible pitchers. And I will say that even if you don't have current gen, so you can't do the stadium, don't worry about it. You'll still be hitting home runs. I mean, it's just maybe not quite as many, but just hold down as far as you can on the PCI and try to time it right, and you should be good to go. As you can see, I've kind of been buying some stuff, trying to flip it, work the market a little bit. It seems a little tougher this year. Not the buying and the selling is not happening nearly as quick as it was last year. But anyways, let's just get into a game real quick. I'll kind of show you guys what I mean. One thing to keep in mind, so you saw that I was at 9 out of 12 for hits and 0 out of 5 for extra base hits. So how this works is when I get to 12, so after I get 3 hits, which will be my first 3 at bats, that one is not going to progress any further. So it is just going to stay at 0 out of 12. It is not going to go any further. In this instance, since I also want to get 5 extra base hits, I'm going to get 5 extra base hits, and then I am going to actually just sim the rest of the game because there's really no point. Those two are not progressing anymore. I'm just wasting my time. So again, hold down. Don't worry about being right in the middle. I'm actually playing through I'm playing through my my Streamlabs because for some reason my Xbox is kind of glitched out. So I'm probably super delayed, and I am very delayed. So I'm going to have to try to work with that. But basically, get these home runs. Just try to time it right. Do the challenges. If the challenges pop up, so right here, I guess it doesn't matter, but this program stars, make sure and do these. Whether you do power or not, but if you're power swinging, make sure to choose the power swing one. But sometimes you'll get one where it says like drive in all of the runners, and you get like an equipment pack. I mean, make sure, I would always select that one, equipment pack. I don't know, I've only ever gotten silvers from it, so I'm not sure if you can get something else from it or not, but just make sure and do those anytime that you can. Don't skip them, and don't just think that you don't have to try to get them. You want to make sure and do them as much as you can. And this leg is just killing me, but for some reason when I switch back to my Xbox, it's freezing up my Streamlabs. I'm not sure what's going on. So if anyone's had a similar experience, let me know. And that's probably going to be an error, so I don't even know if this is honestly even worth running, but we will see. Yeah, they did give us a triple. So no, they didn't. Home run, double, and a single. So no, they did not give us that, but that's okay. Give us a home run here. Come on. There we go. Okay, so that's a home run, a double, and a single. I don't care about the single. So I have 2 home runs and a double, so I have 3. So I want at least 2 more before I sim to the end of the game. Because again, I'm just trying to get 5 extra base hits, and then I am done. There's no point. Those 2 are not progressing anymore. Actually, as of right now, the hits one is no longer progressing. So that's 4. So we just want 1 more. My camera's actually in the way, so I kind of want to make sure. I do want to just double check that I have the right ones, and I'm also blocking the score, I realize. So probably not the best place for my camera in general. So let's see, is it going to show me? So 3 home runs and 2 doubles. All right, perfect. So I'm done. I'm just gonna go in here. I'm gonna go to next appearance. I'm gonna stop, and I'm just gonna go to end of. That's not what I meant to do. Stop, and we are gonna go to end of game. Hit B. Boom. We're done. Took him out. 45-0. So when we go back to the clubhouse, both the extra base hits and the hits should be at 0. Obviously, we got some more. We struck out in the 8th. Wow, that's embarrassing. But you can see we got a batting perk there, so we did progress a little bit. That just makes sure and lets you know that even if you sim that end, it still gives you what you got while you played. So we'll look over here again. There should be 0 out of 12 and 0 out of 5. So just keep that in mind, when you're playing. Obviously, this one, I would worry more about, if you're close with all 3 or close with 2. If you're close with 2 out of the 3, I would maybe just sim. So like in this instance, I need 4 plate appearances, and then I need 5 extra base hits. So I might just get 5 extra base hits and then just sim to the end, because those 2 aren't going to be counting, and you need a lot of plate appearances. So any of those that you can get count, they're kind of big. But basically, that's the gist of it. You're just going to be playing game after game. Obviously, it is a little bit slower, but as you get into the gold and get into that diamond, it is totally going to be worth it. And once you complete that sparking slugger, move to slick slugger, then move to speedy slugger, and then create a new guy and do something other than slugger. You can keep doing these. There's so there's 3 with this. There's 9 hitting ones that you can do. So all those paths, obviously that's going to take a ton of time, but I really think it's going to be worth it if you just kind of don't feel like grinding, maybe online, don't feel like grinding, grinding some of those solos, conquests, different things like that. This is kind of an easy way just to kind of sit back and just do it. So hitting difficulty, beginner. Whoops, it's presentation. I'm like, where is it at? Fast play. That's what you want to make sure. Make sure it is on fast play. Okay, and then the other one I wanted to show you was just the settings in this, road to the show. So when you're in here, I have it personally where player lock fielding opportunities, none. Player lock base running opportunities, none. That means I am just strictly batting, and that is it. Doesn't matter what happens. If I get on first, if I get on second, if I get on third, I'm not base running. That just kind of speeds it up as well. So I hope this helped. And again, shout out to American Blood. That's the person that I saw post this. I personally was kind of wondering if it was working or not, and I didn't really want to take the time. I don't build those rosters myself. I don't know if he did. I don't know if you can rip it from someone else. I really don't know how it works. But again, make sure and choose the Reds, download that roster, download that stadium if you can, and just keep in mind that if you go to do all the stadiums and you change it to that blank canvas and it glitches out, close the app, kill the app, go back in. It should at least let you work, let the game work again, and maybe just do one at a time. But if you did enjoy this, again, I would appreciate it if you smash that like button, subscribe, and come back for some more content. I'll try to share any methods I can find with you guys. I'm usually fairly in the know, once something gets posted, whether it be Twitter, YouTube, something like that. So I'll make sure and try to share anything that I get with you guys. So again, really appreciate the support, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.